County leaders are now debating whether to opt out of a new Georgia law. The law is meant to change how local governments look at property taxes with a homestead exemption, essentially saving you money if you have that exemption.
Voters across the state approved the measure on November's ballot, but now all counties have one chance to opt out of the law. Your Sydney Hood joins us live from the municipal building in Sydney. It sounds like there are a lot of unanswered questions tonight.
As former Augusta Mayor Bob Young put it, these questions should have been answered before voters went to the polls in November. He says this goes beyond homestead exemption, but it's about whether votes in this county mean anything. Repeatedly, he reminded commissioners that more than 60% of voters in Richmond County voted yes to the homestead exemption.
And the exemption is just another incentive for people to invest in home ownership in Augusta, Richmond County. So my message to you is that you don't need to schedule any public hearings about opting out. The public hearing was held on November 5th when 48,000 people in Richmond County said, give us our tax break.
We also heard from a firm representing the Augusta Metro Chamber of Commerce, which gave us an idea of how this impacts businesses.
Opting out of this measure is not a tax break for the business community. It is simply a matter of assessing an equitable, fair property tax value on property, whether it's commercial or homestead. We need both.
Now, most commissioners didn't discuss whether they want to opt in or opt out, but Commissioner Wayne Guilfoyle says his concerns is the potential ripple effect here. He questions what will happen to businesses and new construction in the community if commissioners take action on the homestead exemption.
We also going to have to find funding to keep our operations going, especially with our new sheriff's department. You got our judicial, and you even got the marshal's department that's coming for us now looking for funding. Well, we're $8.7 million in arrear right now. Money's got to come from somewhere, and that's something that we have to look at. That's the elephant in the room for me.
Now, the city administrator says they'll meet on Wednesday to discuss when they'll hold public hearings for this. The city administrator says the goal is to have commissioners decide by the last commission meeting in February whether they want to opt in or opt out.
And it's certainly nice to see them taking their time discussing this. A lot of people can give their input.
Yeah, a lot of discussion happening on this in the last week or so. Thank you, City, for keeping us updated there from the Augusta Municipal Building.